everyone. Welcome inside Studio AP. Good to see you again. Excited to have you join us for another edition of Morning Drive on YouTube. 44-time PGA Tour winner Phil Mickelson getting set to make his 2020 debut at this week's event, the American Express, where he's going to play tournament host at PGA West. However, this season he has already missed a cut, has not finished in the top 25 in any of his 4 starts so far. So let's look ahead to 2020, further into the year, and make some bold predictions for lefty Ryan Lavner. What you got?
All right, guys, tell me I'm wrong. Phil Mickelson will require an exemption to play in this year's U.S. Open.
You're wrong.
What do you think? Wrong?
Yeah, I'm not ready to say Phil is done despite evidence to the contrary. I'm looking at players like Langer, Woods, all-time greats. Doubt them at your peril. As LT just mentioned, 44 career wins on the PGA Tour for lefty, one less than a year ago. It's not like he's completely forgotten how to play the game of golf.
It sure looks like it.
I did the second half of the year. I know that, but I still think we're talking about a World Golf Hall of Fame member, one of the top 10 players of all time.
You're a bookie's dream. Like, you bet with your heart. You bet on faith.
light
I
that
have
money on
faith
fire.
You're right.
in
You
this
may be right.
Person. The books don't pan out, though. They just don't show that he's playing well enough. The stats. He's always been a lot wild off the tee, let's face it, but he's more wild now.
Yeah.
He used to be able to save himself with maybe the best short game ever. He and Seve probably top 2. That's gone. His short game is not what it was.
180th in scrambling last year.
That's Phil Mickelson should be able to turn her right-handed and be better than 180th. It's not what he's up to. The short putts are missing the way they didn't used to miss. So, no, I just don't see anything playing well. He's got to play great. He's got to get out there. He can't just top 10 a couple times and he's in.
I mean, he's 79th in the world ranking. He needs to be top 60. There's 2 cutoffs for the world ranking, one in mid-May, one right before the U.S. Open in June. Traditionally, he makes most of his hay on the West Coast swing and in majors.
Which he will.
You think coming out of his hibernation here that he's discovered something?
I almost think
with this chase for speed that he has?
Yeah, I almost think that this is kind of how he's built now, that he has to play poorly, be distracted, almost to set up this great comeback. I kind of feel like that's kind of been the story of his career. He gets distracted. He's throwing the baseball or the football around, or he has a couple of missed cuts, or he's got 2 drivers or no drivers. I think this is being set up for what could be one last great run for an all-time player.
Do you think, I mean, everyone has to enter the twilight of their career at some point, and Phil is, 5 months from turning 50?
Yes.
I would love to see, like you say, one more run. It would be great for the fans. The man is a living legend. We'd all love to see it, but like you said, Robert, there are just no signs right now of that happening. And the idea of him going to US Open qualifying school is wonderful. Do you think that's something that we might see?
That is a big thing. That hits your ego, especially if you're Phil. I have to sign up for this 36-hole qualifier and maybe go. He's going to get an exemption if he doesn't get in. He's going to be offered an exemption anyway.
Even after Shinnecock in 18, where he kind of embarrassed the U.S.
Yes, but he's still so deserving. It would be too big of an issue if they didn't give him one. It would be too, glaring.
I could see him getting
omission.
a couple, but I don't think he's going to be getting them until he.
No. I don't think they're limited.
New York,
I think a couple
the
storyline, maybe one.
Wingfoot, the storyline, New York, I could see them.
Yeah, well,
they're business people.
I can tell you what else I could see, and that is a lot of social media activity. So, guys, tell me I am wrong. Phil will have more fireside chats than made cuts in 2020.
You're wrong.
I think you're right around the number. Okay. I mean, he played 23 times last year. He had 9 missed cuts.
Yes.
That's a lot of fireside chats, but if he does have weekends off, he's going to have plenty of time to update his social media account.
He has had a lot of time to have fun and sit downs with his pop and his mom and Larry David and the sommelier from France talking about some wonderful red wine. But I do think that the competitor and the World Golf Hall of Fame member in him is ready to go back to business. I think when you're about to turn 50, you kind of see your competitive mortality. And I think that is going to be the spur. Not to mention Tiger winning a 15th major and a 5th green jacket.
It certainly didn't spur him on last year.
No.
But that last year, I'm saying I believe it's an anomaly. How poorly he played.
He won in February.
It's not the way he wants to be remembered the second half of the year. His recent results just are not who Phil Mickelson is. Yes, he's wayward, but this type of volatility is unlike him. I think the great man will have one more run. And what better place to start than on the West Coast where he has been a dominator?
Robert, what do you think about Phil's pursuit of speed? Oh, you've seen play like Tiger's talking.
Yes.
I think he tried in vain for a number of years when he was dealing with the back issues to chase distance, to try and keep up with the younger players.
Yeah.
Phil seems to be caught in that mode, just a couple months shy of 50, of chasing speed, of chasing distance. He wants to hit bombs.
I think it's completely nuts.
Why don't you just dial it back?
I think it's completely nuts. At that age, staring at 50 and you're trying to chase down as much speed as you can and hit it as long as Brooks Koepka. Brooks Koepka, they want to be you. You play golf Phil's way all this time. It does seem a bit, and he was plenty long.
Yeah.
But he wasn't what he's trying to be now. Even when he was young, he did have kind of a childish fascination with hitting it long. That's fine. But now the way he's changing his body, everything is based around either hitting bombs or hitting bombs and then posting those bombs on social media.
Yeah.
You said he's staring at his competitive mortality, so he doesn't like it. I think the fireside chats are directly because he stared at his competitive mortality.
You've got to think the things that will drive Phil this year, they are the big events. It's the majors, it's the players, it's the FedEx Cup. What do you think if he makes it to the US Open? What are his chances?
Slim to none.
Yeah.
And slim left down.
It's the toughest driving test in the
Slim left
world.
down.
Yeah.
Probably of any U.S. Open course,
It's
maybe
a
besides
brutal,
Oakmont.
brutal course. Though he did finish runner-up there, hitting 2 of 14 fairways in his final round on Sunday in
I just
2006.
think he won Pebble hitting every fairway in the first round this year. That was the one good thing. And if you're Phil Mickelson and your short game is what saved you a billion times over in your career and you're 180th,
Lean on it, Phil.
hitting bombs isn't where I would be doing on the range.
He knows. He has to know this.
He doesn't
Gentlemen
know this because he
and
keeps
ladies.
posting
He has to know this.
When you're surrounded by yes men and women all the time and you're the best, Phil, do you really know it or does your I don't know.
I hope reality.
I don't have those.
I hope
Everybody telling
he
me
had
I'm
a
crazy.
reality check. I hope he
Yeah.
has.
Yeah,
He needs an off-speed pitch.
Yeah.
That he does not have.
What will this year have in store for Phil Mickelson, LT? Is it the beginning of the end?
I don't know. Or thumbs up, thumbs down when you're talking about Phil Mickelson. What do you think? Were we wrong or were we right? Leave that in the comments section. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's conversation. Make sure to subscribe to Golf Channel's YouTube page for more and tune into Golf Channel and Morning Drive every day for the latest golf news. We'll see you next time, Morning Drive, right here on YouTube.